Hello, humans. Welcome to the Think Share. My name's Zach. I'm here to bring to what I've been thinking about, sharing about, talking about, listening to It Doesn't Belong in Math Class. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to subscribe. I don't know if that worked. Let's try that again. Hello and welcome to the Think Share. My name's Zach. I'm here to bring to what I've been thinking about, sharing about, talking about, listening to It Doesn't Belong in Math Class. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to subscribe. I got my hoodie on and a hat on because I'm just kind of cold. But something that kind of amped me up today. So I went for a run this sort of late morning today, which was it took a lot for me to get out of the house to do it, but I'm really glad that I did it. I ended up going for 8.7 miles, which I haven't done in like almost 2 years. And one of the things I realized is that at some point you hit sort of a stride that it's not painful to keep going, but at some point you're just kind of zoned into whatever you're listening to. One of the things I really love listening to is Gary Vaynerchuk. One of the reasons I love him is because he's got a lot of passion when he talks. He has a lot of charisma. He swears sometimes, which I kind of like, just because he's being authentic to himself, and I think he really walks the walk. He practices what he preaches, and this kind of brings me to the topic that I put in the title. So he said the book that he wrote some years ago called "Crush It" has been a multi-year New York Times bestseller, and it's really he was talking about how people can use social media. He used YouTube and built Wine Library TV, but how you can use YouTube and other social media platforms to build a following, sell stuff, and earn the same amount of money that you can in any profession doing what you love. And in his words, crushing it. So, one of the things he said is going to stop people is some people don't have the tenacity for it and some people don't have the stomach for it. And I was wondering after he said that, what did he mean by the two things? One, the tenacity. I, I think he sort of meant like the work ethic, and I was right about that one. So some people just they're not they're gonna want to chill and watch TV and hang out and not do a whole lot, rather than go create content, go build a brand. And the second one, the stomach for it, I wasn't sure what he meant by that. And what he said was having a stomach is like if he's coming out with a new book called Crushing It. It should be, I got the audiobook on pre-order coming out, I think first or second week in March, which I'm pretty excited for. And he said he said people don't have the stomach for it when they have a book out and maybe they tweet about it or something, and they have 100 great tweets saying, yeah, you're killing it, this is great. And then they get one saying, Gary, you're ugly and you suck, and when is the world going to wake up to what a fake you are? He said something like that. And he said, when you are the type of person that lets that influence you more so than all the other positive comments, that's when you don't have the stomach for it. And so I was thinking the other day, someone had said, asking about the school shooting, why high school? Why does it happen there? And I said, I don't know for sure, but this would be my guess. Is you have a lot of people out there that are going through really tough social times, and I was bullied to a very large extent in my middle school and high school years. And I think in high school we get to the point where it's sort of like fight, like we're gonna fight the people. And a lot of people do. They act out. They punch people. I got into actually 3 fights in high school. They were really short, and I lost pretty much all of them. But at some point I stood up for what I thought I deserved, and one kid was kept kicking me while I was sitting on my lunchbox, and I punched him in the face, and then he proceeded to beat me up, pretty much. And then another kid was kind of harassing me in gym class, and I pushed him. He pushed me back, and he ended up climbing. He was a wrestler. He's more of a fighter than I was, but I think in high school, a lot of students, those years kind of suck. And so, what we can do to combat that is one, we can develop tough skin. that's sort of one option. And the reason I wanted to sort of bridge that with the title here is that I think one of the things I've learned how to do really well through being a teacher and through having this YouTube account has been, I think I've developed the stomach that Gary Vee is talking about. I think, I have a couple of my favorite haters that consistently post on my videos negative things about me. They call me the word FAG. They call me, I don't know, like one of them, I just couldn't even believe they went there with this. Like, I was talking about a gift that I made for somebody, and they said, "Oh yeah, I bet he shoves that somewhere." I just couldn't believe they even brought, like, why does your brain go there? I don't get it. But like, if you go to it's a the thumbnail is me holding a sledgehammer with like a light blue like hammer piece to it. If you go and find that, you'll look in the comments and you'll see this person just, I don't think I deleted every single one of them. I deleted a couple of them that got a bit obscene, but for the most part I've decided not to delete them because I think that the more that I can deal with a hater on YouTube, the more that I can deal with, a hater in the classroom, the more that I can deal with all the punches that life is going to throw throughout my life. And so the reason I invite and I say more teens I think should consider trying to build social media followings is because I think you will have an opportunity to get tough skin, because I think a lot of internet bullying happens anyway. And a great way to combat that is having something to fight through past it to be better than. I think a lot of people, they'll post like a nice picture because they want to share it with people on Instagram or something, or their Finsta. I don't know about that life. I don't have a Finsta, but I think that so many people, they put up that picture and then someone steals it and then, makes a mockery out of it and, sends it around, and people get bullied that way. And then they're really sad. They're really depressed. They don't want to show their face. They hate high school, and that causes problems. But what if they were posting pictures to sell something? What if they're posting, videos talking about something that they're excited about? If more people were doing that, where their purpose was not just to share themselves, but their purpose was to, get somewhere with it, I think that extra drive, that extra want to, or a why, is going to be what causes them to have tough skin and for them to break through the negative comments that they're going to deal with anyway. The only difference is it will not occur necessarily like bullying, but someone from stopping them from a goal. And I think that a lot of people are going to be more likely to power through something that is trying to stop them from a goal, rather than powering through something that is stopping them from, just being themselves in any way. So I've really enjoyed the experience of meeting my haters. I don't know most of their names. I just know their like usernames. I hope someday I get to find out who they are. I'm really interested to know. Like, one of them, I'm not like, you can find them on that one with the sledgehammer. You can find them on Challenge to the Hate Speakers. Like, they're all over it. But if you go on those videos, you'll see like the same two, three, maybe four people just hating on me. I think that by dealing with those people, I've learned more about myself and how to act in the face of haters, in the face of people disagreeing with me, in the face of nastiness. And I've just learned how to handle myself in those situations. Now, it is behind a keyboard, right? I have time to react. I have time to, maybe I do get really emotional and I get to let that get out and then I respond to it. But I think that has given me this sort of what Gary Vee would call a stomach for business, a stomach to fail. And I think a lot of people, as I think the world and America has progressed maybe since the 50s, I think parents have guarded their children against dealing with intense bullying or dealing with intense problems. And so by shielding them from those things. They're not going through them earlier on. And when they don't go through with them early on, they don't necessarily build up an immunity to it. They don't necessarily build up a way to get past it. And I think this could be a great way. So, invitation out there to all of the young people out there that are, you know, being bullied, or maybe it's on cyber media, maybe it's on social media. I would really invite you to consider trying to build a following, because I think having that why is going to be what gets you past cyberbullying, as it's sort of helped me out. Now, I've never been really cyberbullied before. I was in my 20s, like up until like a year or two ago. So I know it's a totally different experience for me, but it's an idea that I wonder if it would help people get past the challenges that they're already seeing. That's all for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. To all my students out there, let me know in the comments what you think about this. Would this help people build up tougher skin for what they're dealing with out there, or would it cause more cyberbullying? I don't know. If you like this, give it a like. If you want to ask me questions about this, leave them in the comments. I'm pretty good at answering them back in a timely fashion, maybe 6, 12, 24 hours. But thank you for watching. Stay weird, humans. Yeet!